Well, folks, it's seed ordering time again. Yep, this is the time when you're going to go through the internet or through your paper catalogs and start to pick out what you want there. Well, before I get at it, I'm going to mention that I am wearing my Blues Marathon KKUP Stevie Ray Vaughan t-shirt here this morning. It's the latest and freshest one from their latest Blues Marathon. These guys are on the internet. They're from the Bay Area. It's a fabulous listener-supported station. It's not public radio. It is not commercial radio. It's supported by the people that listen to it, like us. And, well, one of the things they do really well, and there are some classic rock shows by The Fly, and then there's blues shows out there. And it's just awesome station. You really want to find it and tune into it. Anyway, let's talk garden seeds. Yeah, I just received my latest order from Johnny's Selected Seeds. I will be placing another one with the University of Hawaii here, the UH Manoa Seed Lab. They're on the web. You can find them. And, well, Johnny's kind of poked me. They prodded me and said, hey, we're going to run out of seed this year. And that has been an issue during the COVID and now still. A lot of seed, they just don't have the labor to produce it, I guess. And so things like hybrid watermelon seed, for instance, ain't there. Things like some of the hybrid short day onions like Granex, which is what we use to grow a Maui onion, ain't there. Oh, some of my favorite short day onions like Gabriella. Can't get it. Maybe sometime during the year, but not right now. So my suggestion is Johnny's is right. The university also runs out of things frequently. I'll be talking about, a number 10 corn seed, or I'll talk about Po'omoho string beans, and people get back to me, oh man, I went to the U and they don't have them anymore. Well, it goes like this. You get them when you get them, and you can't get them when you can't get them. Best I can tell you is when you find them, order enough seed, that you'll be okay for a while, and then take that seed and try to raise your own. This is one way that you're going to equalize some of these problems. Seed production is not what it once was. It may get back to what it used to be, but it isn't what it once was at the moment. I used to be able to buy anything and everything I wanted just about any old time I needed it, and that's not true anymore. I create substitutions these days. I try different varieties because I can't get the ones I was used to, and so on. Now, if you live here in Hawaii, but not necessarily even exclusive to Hawaii, you live in parts of the mainland, you will find that the University of Hawaii's program, the UH Manoa Seed Lab, produces extraordinarily high quality seed. They have really good varieties that are well adapted to tropical conditions, and the seed is crazy cheap. Yeah. It's really cheap compared to what I pay anywhere else. Now, I can't get everything from them, but I can get some really good stuff. They have resistant basils, Fusarium and downy mildew resistant basils, which if you grow basil here in Puna, you know that that's a problem. If you're growing regular basil, a lot of times it just turns black and dies. Well, they have the stuff that will resist. Johnny's does too. Prospera is a good choice for resistant basils. But you got to grab them while you can, because they're hot and they will disappear quickly. Same goes for the Po'omoho green bean. The Po'omoho string bean is the best string bean I have found for growing here in Puna. It resists nematodes and funguses quite well. Right, Gracie? Gracie'd come to see me. You saw him turn around the corner here, rubbing on my stand, on my tripod. Yeah. Good morning, girl. Yeah. So, and again, it's a little bit short supply. You see it, grab it. I ordered up seeds in larger quantities for Skyway tomato this year from Johnny's. I ordered several hundreds of seeds. Last year I only had about 15 because it's still in the garden. I am still picking tomatoes from plantings that were put in last April in Puna. Amazing. Yeah, it's a good one. And I have Mountain Merit, too, which is also quite good, but hasn't held in quite as well as Skyway has. Skyway is bred for southern production, like Florida and places, resists nematodes, resists more different tomato diseases than I can recall how to spell or say. Yeah, it's got probably the biggest cluster of disease resistance that I've ever seen on a tomato. And on top of it, it tastes pretty darn good, too. Yeah, it makes good tomato. They're decent-sized slicers, you know. It's a good-sized tomato. It's not huge, but it's a good-sized tomato. I highly recommend it. And anybody else who had this experience is going to start buying that seed up real fast, too. Yeah, I couldn't get Mini Love. That's a diploid hybrid watermelon. I still have seed in storage that I will use. It's a good one. It works pretty well here, but can't get it this year. Several of the seedless watermelon types also can't get them this year. It's a special production work. Stuff's really lagging. So best I can tell you, folks, is get with it. Yeah, if you plan to put a garden in this year, if that's your thoughts, and especially if you're in the mainland and you're up there in Maine or Wisconsin or Minnesota, and you aren't even going to really think about putting a seed in the ground till May, boy, you better have that seed before February's over. Otherwise, you may be out of luck. Yeah, you could be, depending on how picky you are about varieties. I am. Here, if it's all about variety. If I don't have the right variety, I don't have a crop. You know, I got more gypsy broccoli. It's a hybrid broccoli, which tends to grow well on low nutrient soil. That makes it good for Hawaii. Our soil is not that fertile here. And so the broccoli is a heavy feeder, and gypsy does pretty well for me. I can generally get a second cutting out of it. Yeah, one of my favorite broccolis is Godzilla, but it's limited availability. It's hard to find. I think possibly Totally Tomatoes and I think Territorial Seeds have that one. And Godzilla is the word for it. It's huge, it's monstrous, unstoppable broccoli. Yes, it's very high quality too. Real nice, mild broccoli. Anyhow, just a note to everybody out there. If you've been sitting around on your hands thinking, I don't know whether I'm going to buy a new seed or not, get with it. Yeah, because it's just like it did last year. It's just going to disappear, and you're going to find that many things are not available quickly. Yeah, it's a supply and demand situation with the seed here. And so I suggest checking Johnny's. I'd suggest checking the University of Hawaii and see if you can find what you're looking for there. And of course, any other seed company you like doing business with. I had done business with Stoke Seeds for many, many years. That's a good business too. Anyhow, aloha, y'all. Hang loose.